Alright, so before I actually start the video here, I wanted to lay out a couple ground rules that I'm probably not going to specify at the start of every boss fight. The first one of those is to always take off your suppressor or your trank gun, your Mark 22, at the start of every single fight. I think that one goes without saying. And then the second one is that you're always going to want to equip a camouflage if you have it. If you don't, that's fine. It doesn't make too big of a difference. If you have it, either the Peace Walker battle dress or the sneaking suit. Obviously, the sneaking suit is the easiest to get of the two because you don't have to pay $15. So I would suggest using that one if you don't know where to get it. You can definitely look up a guide very easily. I don't have one, but I'm sure there are plenty of them. And that's about it. I think the rest that I need to say will be said during boss fight, so enjoy the video. Alright, so the moment you start the Ocelot fight, you're immediately going to want to duck. There's going to be a rock to your left, you're going to want to duck right behind it. Pull out your Mark 22 if you don't already have it equipped. And you're just going to watch him wherever he goes. Usually he's going to go to the right of this rock here, the first time. For me, he didn't. That's okay. If you hit R3, by the way, while you're ADS, you can actually sort of stand on your tiptoes and get a better point of view. Whenever he does this, just hit your pause button and walk in front of him, and then you can shoot him in the head. Just basically continually shoot him in the head every time you have the chance. This fight is very simple. Won't take you more than 1 or 2 tries, even on your first playthrough. Right here, we're going to go up. We're going to hit him here. You will ricochet bullets that might hit you, but as long as you stay above half health to this fight, because obviously the pain fight is very close after this one, but as long as you stay above about half health, you should be fine. You can hit pause button again, shoot him in the head. Then once he says hold your fire, you just shoot him one more time. And that's going to be the end of the fight. Good job, congratulations. So right after you get into the Prashura Cave branch, right whenever you get in here, you're going to want to go right. There's going to be a clearing here. I'm not sure how easy it is for you to see on the video, but hopefully you'll be able to see in game. You're going to go right, and you're going to have an M37 shotgun right here, as well as a little bit of Mark 22 ammo. Immediately equip that. Unequip your stun grenades if you still have them equipped from the Ocelot team section, and keep moving through here. And up here there's going to be some smoke grenades that you might need, but the way that I'm going to show you to beat this boss, you're not going to need them. At least you shouldn't. Now, the moment that you load in, you're just going to aim at him. He's going to roll. You want to hit him in the head. That'll stop his animation. And you should be able to get 3 or 4 shots off there. Now you're going to shoot him 4 times with your M37 shotgun. Pull your pistol back out and do the same thing. Shoot him in the head as many times as you can get off. And just like that, you've done the first phase that quickly. Now, during the second phase, we're immediately going to roll under the water and then dive under. Swim straight down at an angle over to the other platform. We're going to climb up. When we climb up, make sure we're on the right side of the platform. That way, we're going to get more M37 ammo. And shoot him 4 times. Pull it out. There we go. We got some more shots off. There's also a Mark 22 on the platform. If he sends the bees after you, or grenades, then you're just going to dive down. Same thing, dive down at an angle. Swim over to the other platform here. I think he pulled out the Tommy gun, I'm not sure. If he does pull out the Tommy gun on you, just like that, you can stand tall like I showed you in the Ocelot, and you may be able to get a free shot all on him. He doesn't always let go of his bees like that. But we can just wait for him to put this away. There we go. Now we're going to climb up. What's he doing here? Grenades. Never mind. Not grenades. He's going to cover us in bees. Okay. Well, we're going to swim back in here. He also threw a grenade at me. Hopefully that doesn't hit me. It didn't. Shoot him Time split shotgun. Pull out on 22. Try our hardest to hit a headshot. I'm getting real unlucky with this, huh? Hopefully you'll get more lucky than me, and you'll just be able to hit shots on him. Should land in the water behind me, and I should be safe up here. Yep, and he pulled out his Tommy gun. Can I catch a break? Apparently not. This will happen sometimes, where he'll just do an endless stream of moves, but my biggest tip for this fight is definitely just to be aggressive. Puts away his Tommy gun, we climb back up. He actually put away his B's, not for very long, I would guess. Try to get as many shots off as we can right there. Okay. And he did this again. I think we can finish him off here, though. What was even that? I did not take damage. Sure, man. But, we're getting there, that's for sure. Alright. Here's where the smoke grenades are going to come in handy, because I got really unlucky here. Pull out your smoke grenades. And if you just aim the smoke grenade correctly, try to have it land right on his feet. Should pop. And you just shoot him, and that's the pain pipe. Arguably the hardest fight in the entirety of this remake. So, once you've gotten through this, you can get through just about anything. Good job, and congratulations. Right whenever you load into the Shagohod cave entrance, you're going to see 2 poison dart frogs on the ground. I recommend pulling out your pistol and shooting both of these. We're going to need them later for the end boss fight. So, make sure you do that. As a bit of an add-on to what I just said about the poison dart frogs, if you're at Green Gorky South, the moment you load in, there's going to be another poison dart frog, a third one, right on the ground. You can either just kick the shit out of him, or you can shoot him, like with the other ones. Here's a second one, too. I think you're only going to need 3 in total. Realistically, you could get it done with 2. I like to do 3, just to keep it simple and easy, but better safe than sorry. If you think you might need an extra 1 or 2, then definitely grab them. And I'll see you at the fear fight. So, loading into the fear fight here, I'm going to say, I think that this is one of the easiest and most straightforward boss fights in the entirety of the game. The first thing you're going to want to do is turn around and look at his dumbass right up in the tree. Now you're going to go to your cure menu, and you're going to cure yourself. You're going to do that, you're going to disinfect, and remove. Now, ADS, shoot him in the head a couple times. Now, take out your poison dart frogs that you should have equipped right now, and throw them pretty much anywhere within the near vicinity of you. And then, because I reloaded and I forgot to equip my other one, equip your other one if you also forgot. There he is. Also toss that one on the ground. Now, you can keep moving around, because now, at this point, he's probably going to have a shot off on you. That's okay. As you can see, he hit something here. Always make sure to pick it up if he hits something. Just because you don't want him to get food for later. Now, right about here, I like to head over here and grab this ammo. He's going to take a couple shots at you. Nothing to worry about. Just kind of keep track of him, which shouldn't be too hard. If you're having trouble, then you can always use the thermal goggles, and that'll make it a whole lot easier. Here's that. That one, if he ever says, "Here it comes," then that means that it's a one with a grenade, so after it hits the ground, you don't want to do that. But we're going to come up here, grab this ammo while he's looking for food. He's going to yell poison, then he's going to yell no. Pick up this food, because I'm not entirely sure what it is. 2 poison dart frogs, absolutely wonderful, so you can just kind of toss these back on the floor if you got them. Obviously, I don't know why I'm talking like you absolutely had that happen, but basically, okay, getting real. I don't know what this is. Another poison dart frog. I'm getting real lucky with him hitting all these traps, but wait until his boss bar is no longer grayed out. You can just kind of follow him around and shoot him every once in a while. Just make sure he doesn't hit you, obviously. He's on the floor. He's going to keep crawling away. every time he vomits as well, he's going to take a little bit of stamina damage. Also, you cannot damage him if he's at 0 stamina and he's hunting for food. You can no longer damage him during that period. So as you can see, I'm going to get him to 0 here, and now I'm going to wait until he goes on the floor again, and he vomits. Right after he vomits, I'm going to shoot him the final time, and now you defeated the fear. Good job, and congratulations. Now, the end boss fight is going to differentiate from the norm a little bit, in the way of, instead of wearing your boss fight camo, what you're going to wear is just whatever camo gives you the best index here, which for me is DPM. For you, it might be different, because for DPM, you do have to complete the game. And I'm using the AT camo, which is also going to make it easier. For that, I believe you need, it's either all 64 Keratins or all 64 Gakkos. And during this section, you're probably going to be a little bit low on ammo, because the Fear boss fight was very recent. But that's okay, because about 100 feet in front of me, we're going to have a little ammo shed. Make sure that you're either crouching or prone whenever you're coming up to this, otherwise the end will see you. And you're going to come in here, just grab all the ammo you need. Now come on out. Again, being careful around this area. Now, you're going to look up here, and the end is either going to be right here. You can check with thermal goggles. The end is either going to be right here, or, as in my case, the end is going to be over here. You can see a sniper glint. Now, I'm going to show you guys the route for over here. However, if he's over here for you, you can just go through this clearing. Whenever you get to the new area, make a U-turn left, and you'll end up there. But for the folks like me that have him over here, we're going to head this way. Make sure to be prone through here if you don't have the AT camo. And we're going to do a very similar thing. We're going to come up here, stick to this right wall, and instead of making a U-turn left, we're going to make a U-turn right. Now, after this point, once we get up here, and I'll show you what to do when we get up here, this fight is going to be very hard for me to tell you what to do with, because it's a very unpredictable fight, and he could go many different ways for me than he will for you. But I'll try my best to show you what to do in all situations. So we're going to come up here. I would suggest, if you have the Peace Walker sneaking suit, that's going to make this part very easy. But since that costs money, I'm not going to use it here. If you have it, you can just walk up to him and put 3 rounds of your shank into him, right into his head. If not, then just follow what I do. Uncrouch and slow walk up. Make sure that you're slow walking. It'll take longer, but it's worth it. You're going to come up until you're very close behind him. If you don't have the moss camo, then I would suggest holding him up here, where you're just going to aim at the back of his head and wait. But otherwise, you're going to aim at him. And just 1, 2, 3. Now, you're going to turn around and stare at this wall. Walk forward a little bit. You won't get flashed because we were looking the other way. Now ADS and look forward. Whenever he walks in front of you, you should be able to get 3 free shots off on him. And now chase, but not too close behind. Wait for him to go to the next area before you do. Now once you come through here, he's either going to be straight on your left. Let's see if I got lucky. I did not, which means that we're going to continue this way. And if you want to, you can follow his footsteps, but usually, if he didn't go that way, he's going to be in one of 2 places up here. He's either going to be up here and to our right, or up here and to our left. Let's see. There's a small chance that he's neither, but usually he's going to be in one or the other. If he's not here for you, then what I suggest doing is pulling out your thermal goggles and looking for footsteps until you can find him. So, as you can see, I found him again, and basically what I'm going to do is just repeat what I did the first time. We're going to slow walk up to him. You don't have to get as close as I showed in the first encounter, but you get decent bit close, and then you're going to fire your rounds into him. Walk backwards, and you're just going to try to stay really close to him whenever you're not at that first part. Where did he go? He went this way. Just going to follow him, and every time you get the chance, you're going to shoot him again. See if I can get one off here. Yep. And this is going to end the fight pretty fast if you do everything correctly. Sometimes I like to let him get into a spot just so that I can get an easy headshot off on him. Like right here, as you can see. Slow walk up. Until we get a good view of his face, his little bald little head. Not particularly shiny though. Fortunately, he's not Mr. Clean, but that's okay. You can keep following him. Let's see if he'll go into a spot here. He's not the most smart guy ever, so sometimes he'll just go into a spot 10 feet away from you. But, looks like I lost him here, so I'll see you whenever I find him again. As we located him. Just like I said, be careful, because if you get too much into his line of sight, he's going to see you. Here you go, he's healing for me, so good thing that I got to display this. That's what it looks like when he heals. Hopefully I don't run out of ammo here. It would be quite unfortunate. I think that's about it for him. Wow. It's not. There we go. Rolled into him. Is that not... is his stamina not at 0? Excuse me. A little bit lost for words here. Not exactly sure how he's alive right now. But there he is. I'll just walk up to him and CQC him, I guess, because I'm not really sure what else. Not particularly sure how the hell he's alive right now. There we go. I guess that finished him off. But now you defeated the end. Once you get here, first thing you're going to want to do, if you're low on ammo like me, which you probably will be because he has quite a large health bar, grab the Mosin Nagant that he drops whenever you kill him for non-lethal. He'll only drop that if it's non-lethal. Make sure you equip it right about now. And then we're going to go back to that ammo shed, if you remember where it is. Then we can go back there right about now and refill our Mark 22 ammo. And then we'll continue on. And I will see you at the Fury fight. Let me just show you exactly where this ammo shed is. It's in Sacramento South. So if you just follow that path that I showed you, it'll be right in front of you. And you can head on in, grab your ammo, refill up on the supplies. That's going to be it for the end fight. I'll see you at the Fury. So at the start of the Fury boss fight, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you have your Mosin Nagant equipped and that you have headphones on, because with your directional audio, you're going to be able to find him a lot easier, and that's just going to make the fight even more trivial than it already is. Once you've found him and you've located him and you're aiming at him, you're going to want to fire 3 shots into him with your Mosin Nagant. Try your hardest not to miss, because otherwise you'll probably run out of ammo before the fight ends. And you're just going to want to repeat that process as much as you can. Obviously avoid whatever fire there is on the ground. Every time you shoot him, run to the other side of the map, by the way, because that makes it so that he can't just follow you and trick him. So as you can see, I hit him on that side, so I'm going to run over to this side before I try to hurt him again. Whenever you're on this side, I would also say that you should be up here. There he is. Like I said, the fight's very trivial. As long as you're hitting most of your shots, you should not run out of ammo on your Mosin, but even if you do, it's not a deal breaker. It won't make the fight too much more difficult with the Mark 22. The Mosin's just easier because of the longer distances. But one more cycle, 1 or 2 more shots, and that should put him down for me. And for you too, hopefully. I saw his little flamethrower peeking out. Never mind, no I didn't. Where is he? Oh, I hear him. There we go. And now you've completed the Fury. Good luck on Volgin, and good job. So for the Sorrow, genuinely all you're going to want to do is just dive into the water and spam swim fast to drown yourself. This will be easier on the lower difficulties because you'll have less health. And then once the snake is dead screen pops up, just left on the D-pad, revival pill, use, and that's about it. You should pop this cutscene, and you got it. Boss. If you use the box hanger to get into the weapons lab, there's going to be Mosin Nagant ammo right in front of you. You're going to want to grab that for the Volgin boss fight in a couple minutes. So the first thing you're going to want to do whenever you spawn into the boss fight is run towards him in CQC, which is very easy. He has a very big opening here. Now you're going to come to either side of him and you're going to roll into him like that. Now stand on one side of him and he's going to do a little animation which you can run behind him, pull out your Mosin, or if you didn't grab the Mosin ammo, then pull out your Mark 22. Make sure your Mark 22 suppressor is off, by the way. So pull out your Mosin, and you can fire 4 rounds into his back if you use quick swapping. If you don't know how to quick swap, it's just pulling out your gun, firing, and then hitting right on the D-pad 2 times. He's going to throw this electric thing at you. You can just run up to him and CQC him. As he stands up, pull out your Mosin Nagant. 4 rounds into his back. Once he turns around, stop shooting him. Otherwise, he will deflect your bullets. Here, you can just counter it. I'm not very good at countering it, so I don't. I prefer to roll sort of angle. But that's the first phase done. Loading into the second phase, the first thing you're going to do is move forward and hold your roll button down. That way you will roll and lay down simultaneously. I'll show you that. Crawl up pretty close to him, that'll dodge that attack, crouch, walk up, and CQC. On the counter for the second CQC, if you walk forward slightly before you hit R2 to CQC, it makes the timing a lot easier to get. Now right here, sometimes in the second phase, before he gets up, he'll do a little electric shock thing. Don't shoot him in the back, but if you're lucky and he gets up like he is for me right now, you can pull out your weapon of choice and fire 4 rounds into his back, just like in the first phase. And he's going to run at me. Like I said, I'm horrible at the timing there. In the second phase, sometimes he'll do a little, like, secondary thing. There's that electric thing I was talking about, but in the second phase, whenever he starts hitting you there, so when he does this, just lay down. And then stand up and then CQC. Walk forward, counter. When I say walk forward a little bit, I really mean just a little bit. Otherwise, it won't go very well. Just roll into him. At least that's what I do. I'm getting really unlucky with these. I'm not sure if there's a way to make it always not do that, but just gonna run away from me there. Not sure why I couldn't CQC when that was horrible. There we go, finally got lucky and he's just giving up when I have Mosin ammo. So, 4 rounds into his back with the pistol instead. Does a little bit less damage, but that's okay. He's gonna run at me. He's going to run over here. If he does this, you can also just fire into his back. Should just end the fight there. Yep, and that's it for the Volgin fight. Congratulations, good shit. Alright, so for the Shagohod boss fight, it's really simple. I was actually contemplating whether I should even put a guide into this video for it or not, but I think I might as well, since it's a guide-loaded boss. But basically, right when you load in, just shoot the tread. Eva, and well, never mind, she's gonna fuck an asshole, apparently. But if you're lucky, she'll go around and you'll have a clear shot. Every time that they start moving again, you can shoot them. Even if the boss bar is grayed out. So, this boss fight is really that simple. Just treads over until he runs out of health. If he shoots rockets at you, then you can use your SVD, which should be equipped for the rail bridge section. That's about it. That's all you can know for this one. Here we go, here's the missiles. Missile, you don't have the ADS on them, because for some reason, most like the bullets are magnetized to their rockets, so... Now you beat the first phase of the Shagohod. Congratulations. The Shagohod fight, once Volgin's actually on top of it, it's pretty much the same formula, except shoot the treads, and then he's going to look towards one of the treads. Whenever you shoot him with your Mosin, make sure you're on the other side of him, otherwise your bullet won't get deflected. So here I'm on the left side of the tank. And then other than that, it's just the same formula. If he goes after Eva, I would say don't shoot him until he's facing your direction, right? That way, it's possible to get to the other side of him. You could actually get a shot off. Just stop the treads, pull out your Mosin, shoot him in the face, and repeat that a few times. You'll fire rockets like in the first phase. They are a little bit harder to hit in this phase for whatever reason, but shouldn't really be a problem. Just fire off a couple shots at them. And that's it. So at the start of the boss's fight, she's immediately going to charge towards you. And on extreme and higher, the window at which you can attack her is very slow. But basically, whenever you hear that slow motion sort of whooshing sound, that's whenever you want to hit your counter button. As you can see there, you're going to push her on the ground, and you're going to pull out your Mosin, and you're going to fire 3 rounds into her. You can come over here, hide behind a tree while she shoots her Patriot at you. Once she runs away, you're going to pursue her, so that way we can force another CQC, because that's absolutely the fastest way to take her down. So counter, again, very tight window, you're just going to have to get used to that. There is a trick that you can use on the second phase to consistently hit that, but for now, until we get her below half, we're just going to stay here. And play the game very formulaically for this fight. She runs behind that tree, we're going to pursue.
Here I come.
Now she's going to be below half, so the next time that we CQC her, she's going to do a second move that we're going to counter. And that's very simple to counter once you know how to do it. So I'll show you that once we get into CQC. She's going to charge me right there, and then right as she raises her hand, right as she raises your hand right there, you're going to want to hit your counter button, whatever that is depending on what platform you're playing, and then you're going to fire 3 rounds into her. I missed. Wow, that was horrible. Okay, so you're going to fire 3 rounds into her, dodge behind the tree, and now it's just that formula until she's dead. So, pretty simple boss fight once you know what you're doing, but it can definitely be challenging before that. So, here you go. I think that's going to be it for my boss fight. Yep, she's about done here, so I'm just going to put one more round into her. And that's going to be the end of the fight. If you made it this far, you beat the game on whatever difficulty you wanted to. So, good job, and congratulations.